Llama lawsuit, llama lawsuit, llama lawsuit, llama lawsuit, llama lawsuit. If this was YouTube in 2009, I'd ask you to send in a video response saying that 5 times fast yourself. What's up everyone, welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name of course is John, and it's time for another installment of News It or Lose It. We've kind of got a hilarious one today. I mean, I know that courts and suing might not sound hilarious, but Fall Out Boy are in the news right now because of a llama lawsuit. That's right. Furry Puppet Studio, it might sound like I'm making that up, is suing Fall Out Boy for overusing the rights to the llama characters that were introduced in the Young and Menace music video back in 2017. Now, they are alleging that they only had the rights to use them for that, and they were not supposed to continue using them everywhere, but now those llamas were basically the poster child of the Mania era. I'll be 110% transparent and say, I always thought the llamas were cringy as hell, but maybe that's just me. A lot of people seem to enjoy it. I didn't know it was going to be more than just a one-off for that music video, but they continued plastering them everywhere, joining them on all the Mania tour dates, coming out in concert. Also, you might have noticed them at Good Morning America performing with the band in the background, and they really were just plastering them. They were gifts, they were also on keychains, they were on t-shirts, and you could not escape the llama. Furry Puppet Studio has now filed a 133-page long court document suing Fall Out Boy. So much stuff packed in there, but to break down the highlights, it's essentially alleging the fact that they did not own the rights to use these characters beyond that music video, they had no prior knowledge, and also alleging that Fall Out Boy are not co-owners at all. Now, they are not just levying this against the band themselves, who knowingly used this, assuming that they didn't have the rights, and just continuing on to plaster the llamas everywhere. This is also against their record labels, and also against Crush Management. Which, what have I told you guys so many times? Crush Management suck, and it's no shit that they've landed them in hot water. To break down some of the legal mumbo-jumbo, let's just go ahead and read from some of their statements. The llamas have taken on a life of their own, the complaint reads, as Fall Out Boy has used the puppets as a branding for merchandise, brought the puppets on stage at concerts and television appearances, and used the puppets to promote their La Mania EP released last February. None of this was within the scope of the original limited implied license, and none of it was foreseeable to the plaintiff. To put it in layman's terms, they're suing them for millions because they did not have the proper copyrights to use them beyond that music video. And this just seems like such a 2019 Fall Out Boy move. I feel like Pete Wentz and Crush Management are probably the main ones to blame here, but if this is all true, which I don't see why it wouldn't be, it seems like a terrible oversight and something that seems like maybe they wouldn't overlook in a day and age where literally everybody is paying attention to every detail ever. Furry Puppet Studio are suing Fall Out Boy not only for copyright infringement, but also for breach of contract, unjust enrichment, and many other counts that are in that 133 pages. The company went on to say the widespread use of the llama puppets are so far beyond the scope of the initial project that it would require omniscient clairvoyance from plaintiff to anticipate that defendants would, for example, make and sell derivative works such as merchandise, use the puppets to brand the band, become the face of the tour, use in numerous other videos, create a musical album, and create a social media app. Francis Malafie is the lawyer that is helping Furry Puppet Studio bring this lawsuit into the light, and he is infamous for bringing that Stairway to Heaven lawsuit, you know, the whole Led Zeppelin sounding like somebody else, and it's something where I'm not exactly sure how far this would get, but it seems as though Fall Out Boy and their companies that they're working with, such as Crush Management, maybe perhaps their old record label Island, are in the wrong here. It seems that they were not at all co-creators, and they went on to kind of say that Fall Out Boy tried to imply that they had co-created things and they had given some ideas, but the fact is that they were not given permission to use the puppets beyond that initial music video, and they pretty much appeared everywhere. If you guys have been tuning into the Mania era, you've definitely seen those annoying ass llamas. Even though things are complicated, I totally see where the lawsuit is coming from. If you have an idea, or if you have something that you create specifically for one thing, and the person continues to use it beyond that, you have to get permission, and copyrights are a thing for a reason, and things are infringed upon, and we have rules for a reason. It can't be just something that we look at and say, Well, it was the face of an era. They should have known that that was going to happen. That's not how the system in America works, and thank God for that. The ideas, if they are stolen or if they're infringed upon, people can be held in place, and in this point in case, it's Fall Out Boy. And whether it was them or their label, and maybe Fall Out Boy thought they had permission or thought they were co-creators, I'm not exactly sure, but I guess we'll find out more in the coming weeks. As someone who personally absolutely detested the Llamas, and especially Young and Menace, their first appearance, and that song in general, just absolutely gross. I thought the Llamas were so overused and so gimmicky. I cannot say that I'm surprised that something like this happened, although I do hope that it's not Fall Out Boy themselves. I hope it wasn't Pete Wentz's idea. I feel like it was more of like a crush management or somebody higher up, and then it kind of made its way down the ladder and they just rolled with it. I'm not exactly sure, but let me know any thoughts you have in the comments section down below. Please drop a like on this video, and if there's any other music news coverage that you would like to see, then feel free to give me a shout in the comments. That's a wrap for this episode of News It or Lose It. If you want to catch up on more music news, then there is a playlist that you can tap right here. Check another Fall Out Boy video right over here, and connect with me on social media, most active on Twitter at ARTV Reviews, and the description down below. I'll see you soon for more on Beyond ARTV.